Hello and welcome. I'm the Cinehistorian, and today let's talk about Scream of Fear, or as it's known in America, Taste of Fear. Released by Hammer Films in 1961, this horror thriller was riffing on some contemporary films, yet managed to create a mood and feel all its own. Directed by Seth Holt and written by Jimmy Sangster, Taste of Fear was Hammer after their popularity was growing from their takes on Dracula and Frankenstein. And here they take it down a notch with the monsters and go psychological. Psycho being a key word here, as this movie was obviously inspired by Hitchcock's Psycho, which had just been released in 1960 and was all the rage. Hitchcock had long left the United Kingdom, but it seems his influence was still spreading back home, with a plot featuring a mysterious dead body, yet the French film Les Diaboliques is also a major influence here. In this film, we follow Penny Appleby, played by Susan Strasberg, as she arrives at her father's mansion in the French Riviera. It had been a long time since she had seen her father, and that continues to ring true as he isn't there. The only people around are Robert, a chauffeur played by Ronald Lewis, and Jane, played by Ann Todd, Penny's stepmother. After the freak appearance and disappearance of the dead body of her father over and over, Penny becomes distraught as no one believes her except for Robert. This takes Penny down a desperate fight to reveal her truth in what we might consider today a gaslight thriller, and gives you a plot that is full of twists as you embark on this insane adventure. At its core, what makes this film work is the script from Jimmy Sangster. Sangster had been writing many of the popular monster flicks from Hammer, such as The Mummy, The Curse of Frankenstein, and The Blood of the Vampire. Yet in 1961, you could get the sense that he was a writer ready to break his writing conventions, making The Terror of the Tongs and The Hellfire Club. Yet Scream of Fear would bring the most lasting impact as time would go on. The layout of the twists and how you trust the characters and then quickly drop them out of favor all in a sub 90-minute runtime is electric. The casting lends itself to this. Susan Strasberg with a fun earnestness to it and an iconic gigantic scream. Daughter of Lee Strasberg, who is well known for making method acting famous, which we hear about so much today, and it was implemented by Susan here. Ronald Lewis, playing the chauffeur, plays a dazzling line between romantic and evil, managing to craft a character that you never understand the motives of, and that's what makes him so interesting. Yet the best casting here is Christopher Lee playing a doctor. He's a family doctor who comes in and tries to convince Penny that she is crazy. Yet in a twist, he might be more good-natured than you'd expect, which is a real-life twist for Christopher Lee at Hammer, who was almost always typecast as a villain, and this plays him against type, which helps build tension in the movie and really helps make that final twist work. Of course, the direction and cinematography help build this up. The black and white look helps keep a dreary edge, and its focus on elements like water gives it strong themes. Not only that, but the film's brisk pace helps keep it engaging throughout, something that director Seth Holt might not seem like he'd be able to pull off at first. This was only his second film as director, and he would go on to not make many more films. Yet, when you look at his other work as editor, he had been doing that since the 1940s, which I feel would have helped with the sense of pacing and shot composition, helping the overall feel of this movie, working well against the brilliant work of Douglas Solcombe as cinematographer, whose lighting and shot composition, though simple, offer a lot to enjoy. To me, meaning cinematography doesn't have to be flashy to make the frame constantly interesting. Solcombe, up to this point, had a great and full career, but would go on to be nominated and would work on the Indiana Jones trilogy behind the camera. Scream of Fear has notoriety, yet I still feel this one needs more people to check it out. A thriller by today's standards, it doesn't offer much in violence, yet feels restrained, but has a taboo plot, giving this film a nice British air, but also it still has that gothic eye. Hammer is best known for their movie monsters, yet it's their non-monster B flicks I tend to admire the most. These cheap movies that were probably filmed quickly and edited just as fast managed to have skill and depth that made them stand out. Scream of Fear is one from the Hammer catalog that you should definitely check out, or maybe you've already seen it. Let me know if you've seen it in the comments below, or if any recommendations for movies that I should check out. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like and subscribe to keep up with more film history, and I'll see you here next time.